Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. All good? Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Usually you wait for the players to walk out and then you do it.
I don't know, I'm going to jump off 50, I've got like the leap of faith thing, and then he jumps right, I'm doing 100 metres right, and his wind does roll. I used to play the OGs at like, one of the first years, on 360. I played, what do you play on? I finished that, and then I was like, well, I can't leave the house for a week, so I wanted to just stop. Do you play Red Dead 2? I'll let it work. Apparently that's beautiful. Ages ago. Not Red Dead 2. The new one. No. I think it's the best storyline. Good. People say it's like beautiful. It's like a film. Yeah. My mate cried. Yeah, people cried. I've seen the TikTok are like, oh. It's long, but like. This is like, one of the 150 hours. That's crazy. This one, yeah. Sorry, it's all of every island. Oh, could you?
Welcome to round 11 of the NPL Victoria competition, and it is VPL1 Deja Vu, the two promoted sides facing off this season. For the first time, it is Manningham United up against Dandenong City. Both sides suffering pretty heavy defeats last week, looking to counteract things this time around. Of course, the Manningham United Blues and Dandenong City, neither side winning in either of the fixtures last season. Both will look to counteract their recent form and win in a very advantageous manner this afternoon at Petty's Reserve here in Templestowe. I am your commentator for this afternoon, Neil Simons. Delighted to have your company on the NPL Victoria social channels and on YouTube, of course. And we'll take you through the starting lineup, starting off with the away side in Dandenong City. Of course, Nick Tolios' side has got a very deep squad to choose from, and he certainly counteracted many thoughts after a pretty good start to the season. Things haven't really been great in recent weeks, but a pretty solid starting 11 for them. In goal, should I say, John Hall. In number 5, Jack Webster. Number 13, Valley Sesnick. Number 14, Damien Iaconis. Number 17, Danny Kim. Number 18, Thomas Giannakopoulos. Number 19, James Asidius. Number 25, George Lamaridis. Number 38, Jackson Ligo. Number 24, Negas Hamakiotis. Number 4, Matt Hennessy. As for Manningham United, lining up with George Kaskaletsis, there being their coach. Number 1, George Samaranis. Number 2, Marco Tavella. Number 3, Nathan Dibb. Number 6, Junior Cutter. Number 7, Jose Ramirez. Number 9, Ben Everson. Number 10, Christos Theodorakopoulos. Number 12, James Chuntis. Number 14, Owen Dufton. Number 19, Reece Dufton. And number 33, Ali Togut. Perhaps an approach of reformulation for Dandenong City after, in recent weeks, of course, winless in their last couple of games, a 0-0 draw against Hughes City a few weeks back. And then, of course, a loss 4-0 to South Melbourne last time around. As for Manningham United, had a very, very good start to the season in the top flight. By their considerations, you'd have to imagine currently sitting 10th in the NPL Victoria, adrift of last place Moreland City, and have wowed many with, of course, their stunning 3-0 victory over Avondale. It was quite a while ago, but, of course, they'll look to get their first win since the 29th of March when they defeated Essendon United in the Cup. In the league, it was that win about 6 weeks ago against that Avondale side at home, which is their last victory. As we have kickoff now at Petty's Reserve. Webster. Hennessy. Looks like Thomas Giannakopoulos is being deployed in a fairly different position this afternoon. Hamakiotis. Jackson Lino. Hennessy, across to Webster, very experienced Jack Webster, of course, coming across from Nick Tilios' Bentley Greens. When he was there, of course, winning silverware in NPL Victoria alongside a win in the Doherty Cup for 2022. John Hall. Ball over the top to that right-hand side. Sesnick, the intended target. It's well dealt with by Nathan Dibb, of course. Very esteemed and established youth career with the likes of Caroline Springs, George Cross, St Albans, Pascoe, Northcote, Heidelberg United. He's really been all around the traps. Giannakopoulos being deployed as a number 6 this afternoon. It's Jackson Lino looking to shape one into the area. It's deflected off Manningham and will be out for a throw-in. Deep inside the area, but it's Iaconis. It's Lino. And that's deflected off for a throw-in. Well, of course, last time these two sides met, it was a 0-0 draw in June of 2023. And there was a 1-1 draw in March of 2023. Daniel Scopoletti and Damien Iaconis on the score sheet that day. Two sides of which have had plenty of additions, more so you'd say Manningham United bringing in a lot of NPL1 talent. As the ball finds itself on that far side.
Where's Kenny? He's actually on a bender. Just lost the plot. Took off.
Towards that right-hand channel. Dandenong City looking to break space into the area. It goes. Lambatorides can't latch onto that header. He'll be out for a goal kick.
Did you tell him to say that Quinny's out because of the horse change? It's not tactical at all. Horse change.
It's cleared up towards that right-hand side. There are a couple of still look to get ahead to it. I think speech of skill from Junior Cutter, but it's cut up by Iaconis. Now to Nicholas Hamakiotis. Looking for the incisive ball towards Lambatorides. On the edge of the area, looks like and Dandenong City, through George Lambatorides, have opened the scoring in the 4th minute. He's sort of got a knack for scoring those long-range bombs. And on a very intriguing surface here at Petty's Reserve. No matter what the circumstances, Dandenong City able to take the lead through George Lambatorides. And that will mark his 2nd goal of the season. And in some fashion too. Manningham United already have got a mountain to climb. Dufton. And towards Junior Cutter. Looking for a long-range switch to that left channel. It's dealt well by James Exidius. He's able to fire that out of play. One of the more unique grounds, Petty's Reserve and the NPL Victoria. Of course, the only pitch that is synthetic in the top flight. Of course, you do have Bulleen Lions as Veneto Club in the 2nd division in the VPL 1, but we do see Manningham now look to fashion across from this right-hand corner. Still pandemonium in the area. Everson! Difficult half volley to fashion. The well-travelled Ben Everson. Looking to add to his tally this season. It's now with Matt Hennessy. You know, Hennessy and Manningham are applying press. Giannakopoulos to Hennessy. Now into the feet of John Hall, former Adelaide United goalkeeper. He made 10 appearances in the A-League competition. Tunsis back to goal is Theodorakopoulos. Cutter with a little sweet turn, utilising the full 360 on that occasion. Turgut looking for Everson, who was perched on the edge of the area. It's back to Turgut, finding his time in midfield. Ramirez. And the press was enforced by Damien Iaconis. Dufton. In the centre circle it goes. Cutter dispossessed. And Dandenong City will win it back by virtue of a counter-attacking opportunity. Sesnick looking towards Hamakiotis, looking to line one up, turning onto his right, providing Dufton a lot of troubles towards a back stick, and a cruel miss from Damien Iaconis. That might well be one of the misses of the season. He just had the goal to shoot at. Samaranos was nowhere near it, but it has gone out for a corner. How has he missed that from point-blank range? That is unbelievable. Nicholas Hamakiotis towards Sesnick. Whip one in from that left-hand side of the penalty area. It's back with Sesnick. Hamakiotis. This one into the area, calls for a penalty. Waved away by Noah Langerak. Jackson Lino will throw this in. Of course, a well-travelled player himself, formerly of the likes of Melbourne Victory and also Heidelberg United, where he really broke through as a youngster. Played NPL football with the Victory, or now VPL, now as it's known VPL football. And Lino will now throw it in about 5 yards or so from the left-hand corner flag. A very miniature-sized pitch, you do feel it. Paddy's Reserve, it's not quite long. Kim. And Manningham really struggling to play out of this Dandenong City press. You can see just Jackson Lino bombing down that left-hand flank, following the free kick being awarded to the home side. Interfetus Theodorakopoulos. Falling very deep to receive. Cutter. Looking towards that right channel. Calls for him to be offside, the player in question being in James Tunsis. It's won back by Dandenong City. Makiotis under slight pressure. Look down the line, but it's won back by Turgut. Owen Dufton. Firmly a fixture of this Manningham United 11. Been broken into the side in recent seasons. Of course, a Box Hill, Springvale, and also Heidelberg youth talent. There's a good clearance from Samaranis. Well, it was good in intention, but slightly overhit. Looking for Marco Tabella. Lino. Hennessy. Now Webster. Pass was directed long. Now Tunsis. This is how Manningham played. Biding their time in possession. Looking to break the space when required and also capitalise on mistakes, as we saw last week against Hume City. That's how the opening goal was scored. Neat turn. And the Blues could be away now on this left-hand channel with Jose Ramirez. Shot was slightly pulled by James Gazidius. He'll be out for a throw-in one. Another interesting feature about this ground is the nets all around the facility, except for this near broadcast side, is that the ball will not go out of play, and someone will not have to go over trees to retrieve it unless it's really cleared up high and long. So a very, very good thing about this facility is that, and also the critical acclaim this club has receiving awards from Football Victoria in recent years as well. Samaranis looks to that left flank. Decisive now is Junior Cutter. Back with Owen Dufton. Also the 1-2 touch from Tunsis. Now on this right touch line. Incisive is Theodorakopoulos. Moves the fashion across away. Still alive for the home side. Dufton. Looking to twirl away. Turgut. Cutter. Iconos is pressing high. Might cause a bit of trouble for Reece Dufton. And that's eventually picked up by Dandenong City. Then swiftly won back by Ben Everson. We can keep it in play. Theodorakopoulos. Pass misdirected. In the centre circle now for Dandenong City. Amakiotis utilises the full turning circle. And Giannakopoulos playing it back to Matthew Hennessy. Jackson Lino. Matthew Hennessy. John Hall. Back with Hennessy. Looking upfield, Giannakopoulos. Amakiotis was hacked down briefly by the player in question. And then Lino is through on goal, but it's a great save from George Samaranis. He got his legs in the way. Still alive for Dandenong, but he can't exactly find a manner to get another strike on goal in this phase of play. Now one back. And a free kick awarded to Manningham. Cutter. Tufton of the Owen variety. Looking down to that right-hand side. And Hennessy will keep it in play. John Hall. Hennessy. It's Lino. Hall under some slight pressure. Oh, goodness gracious. Theodorakopoulos nearly dispossessing the Dandenong City goalkeeper. Danny Kim. Zidius. Good first touch. Kim. Deep in possession for Dandenong City. Playing with sort of two like-minded number sixes in midfield. Of course, with Danny Kim and Thomas Giannakopoulos. A very intriguing switch of intentions, you'd say, from Nick Tolios. Squiz ball to that left channel. It's Jackson Lino, brought to ground by James Tunsis. And Nicholas Hamakiotis will twirl one in from that, fairly deep in that, on that left-hand side. I'd say probably about 30 yards out from goal. On a fairly obtuse angle as well. Directed towards the centre. It's Lambertaridis yet again. On the attempted header. There's a beaming sun on this Petty's Reserve pitch. I'm not sure how that exactly affects the play. That being a synthetic pitch in nature, but a lot of strain on the knees of the players, I'm sure. It's all to what Manningham are really used to. Tufted. So good. Manningham not really playing with a lot of urgency to get themselves upfield. It's a calculated approach from George Karkalekis' men. So good. Samaranis. Conus applying the pressure now. Manningham are in a little bit of a pickle now. That pass deflected and cannot be hooked back in play by Nicholas Hamakiotis. Scores for a handball against Dandenong City player, and that's why James Tunsis didn't make that run down the right side. And now it's back with Matthew Hennessy. Lino. He's hooked to ground by James Tunsis, and the first yellow card of the afternoon is handed out. Manningham really struggling to create much in these opening few minutes of the contest. Several 3 p.m. kickoffs in the NPL Victoria this afternoon. We'll keep you across those. But as we see Sesnik now driving down into the area now, looking towards the byline. It's Vali Sesnik. And it's George Samaranis. The easiest of collections for the former Oakley and Richmond junior. Well, Now known as Greater Dandenong. They've changed their name. Had a bit of senior football at the Cannons as well, in and amongst the first team. Giannakopoulos. Lino. Hajduk will take their time. Now it's with John Hall, who comes out of his box to play it towards Hennessy. Both sides, well, when they can, like to play possession-orientated football. Webster can't be kept in play by Valley Cessnick, and will be up for a throw-in. We'll take you around the grounds. 18 minutes in. Do have a couple of goals at Dandenong Thunder as they face St Albans. Up 2-0 already. Moreland City up 1-0 against the Altona Magic and 0-0 at Avondale up against Green Gully. I'm not sure if you would ever thought that a 3 p.m. Saturday kickoff would be the hot time for football, but that is where we are in this point of year. Dib. Samaranis under some slight pressure. And Manningham can play it away around their penalty area very well. And a beautiful ball to that right channel. It's James Tunsis flicking it across goal. Theodorakopoulos! John Hall making himself big yet again and tipping it over the bar. And just like Damien Iokonis, Christos Theodorakopoulos nearly had himself a near open goal to fire in, and it was great line-splitting play from Manningham United to find James Tunsis free on that right side. Very different type of shape from Dandenong City this afternoon. It's towards the back post, and John Hall can claim. Of course, no Kenny Athieu, who's been a very integral marksman for them this season. Sort of the main focal point of their goal-scoring opportunities. They haven't certainly struggled whatsoever. Neither have Manningham for goals this season. Matt Hennessy, past halfway, is Jackson Lino. Play back to his defensive partner, and Hennessy will just stride and advance up the pitch with an exquisite switch to Valley Cessnick. Daniel Sidious. Webster. Good ball up to that right flank. Into the box it goes. Dufton can get it clear of the Owen variety. Hajduk still holding firm. Tending to wrestle control over possession. Lino. And Kyoto's providing a central option as he drives into midfield, and another switch attempted isn't able to be quite brought down by Valley Cessnick. Danny Kim. And there's I think a call for a foul on the ball, but Noel Langrak wanted to take his time to award the free kick eventually to the home side. Cutter. Back with Dufton and to the goalkeeper, Samaranis. Turgut. Owen Dufton. Playing in between Reece Dufton as well. That ball is quite deep for him to receive. Cutter. Samaranis has to bat it clear, but it's a very good clearance at that. Oh, goodness gracious. There's been a, a miscommunication of sorts. And just like you see in cartoons, two Manningham players just running into each other, forcing it out for a Dandenong City throw-in. Lambatarides. Matthew Hennessy. Hamakiotis. Jack Webster. Hamakiotis. Pushed off the ball, and it could see Manningham away, but it doesn't on that occasion. Jackson Leno. Matthew Hennessy. Dandenong City asserting their authority over this fixture, especially with their possession-orientated football that they're playing. It's been quite advantageous, but they're really struggling to find openings. Both sides really have found moments few and far between. From Theodorakopoulos. But it's swung back out by Hajduk. Lambatarides. Sumptuous ball to that right flank. It's back with Exidius. Webster. And Lambatarides is offside. Of course, George Lambatarides should put a bit of the spotlight on the goal scorer. Had one of the more understated and underrated careers in the world of Victorian football, of course. Broke through with the Oakley Cannons and also was at Club Bruges' youth academy. 9 or so appearances for the Brisbane Roar. He scored 1 goal and made a name for himself at the Bentley Greens, largely in Victorian circles from that point forward. It's Hamakiotis, who saw Samaranis not quite in position. Good turn from Tunsis. Leno holds him down. Jack Webster. John Hall. Jackson Leno. Couple players out for Dandenong City today, as was mentioned, alongside Kenny Athieu. Plenty of integral players, of course, missing. Stefan Bresovic, Seb Hernando not featuring. No Jacob Alexander either. So a shift in formation and also player personnel and how they've been deployed as well. Leno, past halfway now is Thomas Giannakopoulos. Not in any rush to drive, but now to Leno. Hennessy. It's back to Leno. Giannakopoulos. Hennessy looking to that central right-hand side. It's with Jack Webster upfield. A deft touch from Nathan Dim. We'll see it back for Manningham briefly. It's Sesnick on the edge of the area, driving inside. Directed towards that right-hand side now. Across the byline. Money get full by Hamakiotis. Couldn't get the touch he required. On that left-hand corner flag, should I say. Look at a twist and a turn. Leno with a good sliding challenge. Won the ball first. Lambatarides. Across the D it goes. It's Sesnick. Maybe looking to line one up. He drives all the way to that right byline and plays it back towards Exidius. He will fashion a cross in. It's flicked across the face. Hammer Kiotis on the half volley, but shapes it wide of goal to that left-hand side. Ooh, bit of a miscue there, and a good little turn from Reece Dufton. Applauded by the Manningham fans in attendance. Theodorakopoulos, Tutsis, deep ball to the back post, but John Hall's able to claim. Both of these sides, of course, have certainly put their scoring boots on this season. 15 goals and 16 goals apiece this campaign. Haven't struggled in that department. Also, it's Manningham's goal conceding sort of woes that have continued, of course. They have the worst defensive record in the competition with 24 goals conceded, equal with Dandenong Thunder. Long ball over the top, looking to find Ikonis, but it's Samaranis is able to get there. It's one back by Dandenong City. It's Ikonis yet again for the misplaced pass. Cesnik into the box. Dufton. Giannakopoulos. It's Lambertaridis. Left-hand side of the area, looking towards a byline, but the cross was intercepted by Marco Tavella. He'll be out for a corner. Corner taken short. Kim towards the back stick. Headed back in. It's Dufton. He's able to get the clearance away. Ikonis still with Dufton of the Owen variety, and he's able to force it out of play. Dandenong City and no rush to take the throw in. Hooked across towards Jackson Lino. Further left is Cesnik. Looks to have switched wings. Cutting onto his right foot. And again, looking to fashion one in. Header won by City. It's Lambertaridis. A scramble in the area. Oh my! Jack Webster! Like pulling a bunny from a hat, has produced something magical. Has chipped it over Samaranis. And Dandenong City earned their second of the afternoon. Take a bow, Jack Webster. Oh, what a way to do it. Mightily impressive feat from the Dandenong City veteran. Manningham, if that was a mountain to climb before, it's almost like Mount Everest at this point in time. And they've really taken control over this tie. Fully into stride now. Of course, as mentioned prior to this match, they had the equal worst defensive record of the competition. Now that is a certainty. 26 goals conceded on the year. And Webster finds Lino in space. This is beautiful champagne football from Dandenong City. Really driving into stride. That was deemed to be legislative. And Giannakopoulos with the attempted strike into the area. Manningham looked just absolutely rattled in almost every way. And Carter's played a nice ball towards that left-hand side for Ramirez. And it will be back to the trusty John Hall in goal. Sesnick towards the Iaconis, back to goal. Of course, the co-owner of the Piccolo Panini Bar in Hawthorne. He was working the stall this morning. He might have had to travel all the way from Hawthorne to get to this destination. Just up the road. It's with John Hall now. Hennessy. Into feet now is Giannakopoulos. Highly touted prospect, the young central defender, of course, arriving from Adelaide in the off-season. Xidius. Owen Dufton get it clear. Kim. Beautiful ball into the area. City could make it 3, but they can't. And Samaranis was involved in the action, but it's been a foul called against the attacking side in that specific phase of play in Dandenong City. Christos Theodorakopoulos is venting his frustrations to the assistant on this near side, and apologies if you heard that vulgar language, but he was quite upset, and you can't really blame him. Just sort of, I guess it's a matter of how the game ebbs and flows. Hamakiotis. Lino on this near side. Back to goal was Iaconis. And Hennessy will flick it to Jack Webster. Now Manningham could be away here. Ball to ground was Nathaniel Dibb. Carter. Kona stepping in a pretty advantageous position for Manningham to take the set piece now, just outside of the centre circle. It's taken by Cutter. It's Owen Dufton with the glancing header. Might yet fall for Ben Everson! He may be in his late 30s, but Ben Everson has put his side in a fantastic spot. In fact, it wasn't Everson. Reece Dufton, should I say. Reece Dufton getting on the edge of that. Fox in the box. And that will mark his first goal of the campaign. Fell very kindly for him. Jackson Lino playing it back to Matthew Hennessy. It's with Danny Kim. This game might have been broken wide open, but a sumptuous ball to that right-hand flank. In the box it falls. Ikonis. Lambertaridis! On the half volley. Would have scored 2 outrageous goals from outside of the box in the first 38 minutes of this contest. But tremendous work. Nonetheless. Restuffed it, of course. Only 19 years of age, so what a moment for him. Into the centre circle now. James Tunsis, pass misdirected. Giannakopoulos brought to ground. John Hall. Looking upfield. Lambertaridis. Just on halfway is Sesnik. Good little first touch and a great second touch to follow. Fantastic work from Vali Sesnik. It's Hamakiotis on the edge of the area. And they can't quite fashion anything from that position. And Dib is being hacked down by Damien Ikonis. And only now does Noah Langrak blow his whistle. So that was certainly interesting. Interesting tactic deployed by the referee on that occasion. Might add restuffed and only his 5th appearance this season, so he's been given a tall task this afternoon and has delivered on that occasion. Play looks to be underway once more through George Samaranis. As he gets it long, but it's out of play for a Dandenong City throw-in, entering the 41st minute of this first half. Great first half we've been treated to here at Petty's Reserve. The scoring was opened by George Lambertaridis, and then 2 by wondrous goal from Jack Webster. He made it 2, and then restuffed it, has chipped in with the goal of his own. Calls for a potential handball, waved away, and might see Sesnik bearing down on goal. Turning onto his right, he's dispossessed. Manningham left completely open at the back. And Cutter just is able to break away, and Lambertaridis has seemingly hit the face of Junior Cutter and will be awarded a yellow card. Most likely justifiable, you'd have to say. Looks like Junior Cutter will be all okay. Of course, played his early part of his career in Japan with the likes of Tsukuba FC, and also played high school football in Japan. Tsukuba, also the same, not the same club, but a number of course of Japanese players. They play their formidable years in Japanese university systems. Karo Mitoma also involved in a very similar region to that of Junior Cutter. May have crossed paths, perhaps. Everson looking to get it forwards, but it's out for a throw-in. Corner, should I say. Manningham, this is an enormous opportunity for them to make it 2-2. They actually took it very quickly. They took it short at that. And they'll earn themselves a throw-in. Ramirez will leave it. And it looks like they might be going long. And that will be it. They will be going long. The Max Mikela-esque throw-up. And it's with John Hall claim. All too easy for him. They're looking for a clean breakaway, but it's right back into the Manningham attacking penalty area. Tunsis across the face of goal. Webster was there. Crosses fashion and yet again from Tavella. Still very much alive here for the Blues. Tavella. Lena with the flick on, and Turgut looking for the spectacular. But it's high and wide over the bar and out of play. Approaching the 45 mark in this contest. The game has certainly been brought to life in the last 10 minutes or so. Turgut, Theodorakopoulos, Lena with the flick on towards his goalkeeper, and John Hall. Hall goes long. Stuffton with the header. One back in midfield. Pass picked off by Manningham. Cutter looking to stride forward. And we will get time allotted for stoppage time. Just the 1 minute. Hall. Giannakopoulos. He breaks into midfield. Attempts a bit of a Cruyff turn, but is dispossessed, not as far as Lambertaridis. Right touch line now. They look to get one into the area. And the corner will be what you'd expect, likely one of the final players in this first half. Nicholas Hamakiotis is arriving to that right corner flag to send this in to the mixer. It goes to Webster. Half time here at Petty's Reserve. As things currently stand, Dandenong City have the upper hand. Up 2-1 against Manningham. Goals from Jack Webster, George Lambertaridis, and Reece Stuffton is what leaves things at this current point in time. And we'll see you in about 15 minutes or so for the second half.
There'll be something on and you'll be out. Yeah.
welcome back to this second half of this NPL Men's Victoria Round 11 clash between Manningham United and Dandenong City. Of course, 2-1 in the first half, 2 opening goals from Dandenong City, from goals via George Lambadaridis and Jack Webster is what currently leaves things at this current state of play, alongside a late goal in the first half from Reese Dufton. No changes at half-time for either side, it seems. Manningham shooting to the now left of your screen, and Dandenong City to the right. Certainly looks like it's going to be a barnstormer of a second half. And we have kickoff right now. Cut up. Looking towards the area, and John Hall has to almost punt it upfield. All the way to Owen Dufton. Danny Kim. Tavella. Samaranis. Webster. Great ball to that left channel. It's with Ramirez, and they just has a little bit of a cuddle with Jack Webster as well. Maybe he just appreciates his defending skills, I don't know. Cutter. Neat turn onto his left. Of course, Webster started his career off with the likes of Scunthorpe United. And has come down here and has not looked out of place ever since. And I guess this afternoon's showing is really demonstrative that, well, form is temporary, class is more or less forever. Hamakiotis, Iconis. He's got the option of Valley Sesnick to his right. Great ball into the area. Runners arriving on his left foot. Sesnick to the back post. Hooked across by Turgott. Manningham will look to build themselves. Everson looking to turn away. Giannakopoulos now. Kim. And Makiotis attempted to keep it in play. It's back with Jackson Lino now. Giannakopoulos. The key for Manningham United is to, well, score obviously, but also make sure that their defensive structure is of the best manner in which it can be. Deal of threats on all avenues of the pitch. The shooting range of Lambadaridis, the striking acumen of the likes of Valley Sesnick and Damien Iconis. It's Sesnick now. Attempted to break through, but Ramirez was there. Now being trudged down is Giannakopoulos. Cutter. Kim. Look left. Hamakiotis. Cross was deflected, and we will now see the first corner of the second half. And to be delivered on the left foot, it's taken very short towards Kim, who's on the edge of the area. Back inside, it's Iaconis. The cutter made the sliding challenge, and in fact was able to win complete possession of the ball. Not as far as Jackson Lino, however. The ball lofted across to that left side. Cutter there once more. Will likely see it out for a Manningham goal kick, in which he's done so now. Samaranis. Short to Owen Dufton. Towards Cutter. Great turn, of course. He's in his third season here at Manningham. Joined the club some years ago, in 2022. Cesnik looking to drive. It's Lambertarides. Batted away by Manningham. Tunsis attempts to keep it in. Lino, short to Lambertarides. He will stride forward himself. There's a decent little first touch from City on that left flank. And Theodorakopoulos, well, has gone to ground, but no free kick from Noah Langarak. Tackle's almost just flying in off the ball. And John Hall will send it up the pitch himself. Calls for a handball against Iconis. In tandem with, of course, his fellow number 14 and Owa Dufton. Theodorakopoulos was taken short briefly by Marco Tavella. Edge of the area is Everson on that right edge more specifically, looking to fashion a cross in. Giannakopoulos will arrive to it first. Turgut on that right touch line. Neat little back heel. That's the 1-2 touches. Running it in 4 for Ramirez. It was curling. Not to that right corner, which you would anticipate would have been the intended target. Hall. Webster. Conus back to goal. His pass misplaced. Can the Blues capitalise? It's Turgut. To that right flank. Into the box it goes. Ramirez attempts to chest it down. Still alive for Manningham, but now it's cleared away by Cesnik. Dib receives into touch. Now more centrally for Cutter. Theodorakopoulos briefly upended. Does find space on that right flank. And Tavella stride forward himself. Now Dandenong City can win it back. Conus. Good turn away from Dufton. He's muscled to ground briefly, but he still has possession of the football. The attempted switch is deflected eventually. And Tavella will find space. Driving strongly is Tunsis. Theodorakopoulos couldn't find the option. And Iconis, brilliantly body positioning, is able to get the pass away despite being brought to ground. Hamakiotis. Not exactly sure why they called the free kick there, considering Kim actually received inboard, but nonetheless, Dandenong City will have to slow down the tempo to take this set piece. Hennessy. Lino. Webster. Giannakopoulos. Cesnik. Isolating himself with Nathan Dibb. And a strong effort it was from the former Western United fullback, and it's been given as a corner. Manningham aren't too happy with that. We'll see Vali Cesnik. No, it looks like it'll be Hamakiotis now. This corner flag. To the near post it goes. Space for Kim to shoot, but elects not to. Hamakiotis will try his luck again. He's teasing. And Manningham might have a clear break here. Tunsis. Hennessy racing back. Theodorakopoulos. It's Everson. It's Theodorakopoulos in behind! John Hall makes himself big. Lambertaridis on the turn. It's Hamakiotis. Outside of the foot pass directed towards Vali Sesnik. And it is claimed by Zamaranis. Cutter. Long ball over the top. John Hall with a karate-inspired clearance. Hooking it across the right-hand side for Manningham to take the throw in. Cutter. Turgut. A little first touch, but eventually does wrestle down City player. That being Lambertaridis. It's back to Hall. Restuffed, stepping in. Cheeky ball over the top. It's bouncing very high, and Ramirez can get himself in front. Last touch coming off a Dandenong City player. Nathan Dibb will take this throw in. Might they look to go long yet again? That seems to be the intended target, at least for a brief period, but now towards Everson, back to goal. Approaching the area, all across the D. And Tunsis had to be there for the overlapping pass. Wasn't quite there. Lino, Giannakopoulos. It's back to Lino. Centrally, Lambertaridis. Good turn onto his left foot, then onto his right. Lambertaridis brought to ground eventually, but Giannakopoulos picks it up in tight space. Tunsis. Everson and Giannakopoulos to do battle. It's now towards Theodorakopoulos. Looking to line one up. Wasn't successful in his pursuit. Webster. Ball. Back to Webster. He's now drifted to that right flank. Konis with the flick on. Manningham will get the clearance away. Lambertaridis. Ramakiotis. Drawn back into midfield. Kim. Across to Lino. Giannakopoulos. He's found himself in several teams of the week to start off his campaign this season. Of course, has a couple of goals alongside that as well. It's Sesnik looking to drive and to shoot. A very tame effort on goal, however. We definitely feel as if Manningham do have momentum going their way in many phases of play. They're just trying to break that defensive line. Just need to find the all-important equaliser that would potentially put them in a great position to end this game, but that is the tall task for them. Everson shapes away from his marker brilliantly and opens up the space for Dibb. Now towards Ramirez. The Colombian. Now to Dibb once again. It's with Cutter. Turning sweetly onto his left. And eventually finds a left-sided option in Ramirez. Everson. Oh! Rolling back the clock, Ben Everson. To the back stick, the attempted volley from Tavella was miscued, and they'll be out of play. Certainly giving his old side something to think of, Ben Everson. Of course, had a fantastic campaign with Dandenong City all those years ago. 7 goals in 10 games at one point, so really had quite the season in 2018. The well-travelled Ben Everson.
Steph's the youngest old fan I've ever seen.
John Hall with a clearance. Mismarking perhaps from Manningham United. So you see Cessnick. I was almost looking he was going to drive on that right-hand side and play it to a striking option, but the way that he just had that intent to play it back to his goalkeeper in John Hall. And Kyotis and stepping up and delivering. What was the number 3, Nathan Dibb, who seems to be in a bit of danger here as well, requiring some medical attention. Just could be cramp, it looks like, which is, I guess, good news for Manningham and their supporters.
Oh, we can play.
As history suggests, we might have an outcome for the first time in what seems ages for Dandenong City against Manningham United. Lambertarides, a great ball directed towards Cessnick with a good first touch. Across the D now, it's Ali Cessnick. Left, right, what will he go with? Incisive ball towards Exidius. And Ramirez attempted to keep it in play. Corner, the outcome.
Get going, Dave.
And Kyotis will deliver on his left foot. Towards the back post it goes. Back inside by Hennessy. And it's fashioned in by George Lambertarides, who gets himself a brace. Webster involved yet again. And the former Bentley Greens men are providing a dangerous proposition to any opposition defence. And you wouldn't have expected it, but Lambertarides has himself a second. He can do it from outside of the box, he can do it inside. Doesn't matter, he's always going to cause trouble. Ramirez. Cutter. Ramirez. Little 1-2 touches from Manningham, and they might be away here. Turgut. It's towards Everson. Mighty at full for Tsuntsis. Theodorakopoulos keeps it alive. And Elba sends it towards the corner flag. That was just beautiful one-touch passing from Manningham United. Almost Barcelona-esque, dare I say. I think that might have forced George Karkaletsis, that most recent goal, to just refocus the game plan, as it looks like there'll be a double change enforced by the home side. And it looks like Alex Castiello is going to be one of the players. The other player, Thomas Golding. Tutsis. Webster. Lino. Turns back. Now driving into midfield, Kim. Hennessy. Webster. Curtis. Just on halfway. Good sliding effort from Cutter will now buy time and space for Reece Dufton. Ramirez. It was directed towards Everson, but not on the angle in which the Englishman would have liked. A clean breakaway might ensue now for Dandenong City. It's Lambertarides now towards Sesnick. Towards a back stick. It's Hamakiotis. Keeps it in play. The back stick again is Vali Sesnick. It looks like Tom Golding and Alex Castellano have been waiting the better part of 3 minutes on that touchline. This play is still allowed to continue now. Giannakopoulos. Lino. It's back to John Hall. Coming out of his box to play it towards Hamakiotis. That will not be kept in play. We will see the change now enacted by Dandenong City's opposition, but no, in fact, not quite yet. Triangle completed now. Lambertarides. Zidius. Zidius. Looking to twist and twirl away, but it's into feet with Cutter. Now Turgut. Tug of the shirt from Iaconis. Samaranis. Turgut. Dufton. Subs are still waiting. And we will see a change now. Off-coming Nathan Dim, on-coming will be Alex Castellano. Jose Ramirez will make way for Tom Golding. Of course, Castellano, of course, formerly of the Altona Magic and also the Heidelberg United, where he does arrive from the form of the Magic. Played his trade with the likes of Balcatta and also Perth Glory Youth Academy. Spent some time at Viz Subiaco in Italy's lower tiers as well, so intriguing career moves from him. Tom Golding, of course, the Kiwi, had a great campaign with the Eastern Lions last season with 3 goals in 25 games. And a couple stunning ones at that. Reece Dufton neatly turns away in the nick of time. Now Manningham will look to be away through Cutter. Now Golding. Cutting on his right. Back towards Cutter. Working the way around the area. Tabella. Golding. Breaking space. Theodorakopoulos. Turning away. Now towards Owen Dufton, who's seemingly switched to that right back position. Tunsis brought to ground, and free kick will arrive for Manningham United. And this gives us an opportunity to look at the other goals around the grounds. And, well, a great start in the second half for Green Gully, who have taken the lead against Avondale. Making that 1-0. Dandenong Thunder lead 2-0 against St Albans. Moreland City currently 1-1 against the Altona Magic. And of course, Green Gully lead 1-0 against Avondale. Haven't lost a home game in so many years, and wouldn't that be something intriguing especially considering Green Gully's struggles this season. Into the box it goes. Everson will try his luck once again. And he'll earn himself a corner.
Watched it live and I was like, what? Like, didn't really watch it, and then I said, well, I'm running out. And I went back and I was like, oh no. He had no need to do that at all. Like, it wasn't even that close.
Corner it goes. He attempted target. Was restuffed it, and then Owen Dufton tried his luck. Samaranis. From Akiotis. Looking to go on a run of his own. Sumptuous ball over the top. Sesnick. Can he hook it across on his right foot? Looking to roll it short. See another change, this time from Dandenong City. Zidius will make way, and oncoming will be Michael Martinovic, who's been an ever-present force of this Dandenong City defence for much of the season. Formerly of St George and also Parramatta Melita in New South Wales. So making the switch to Melbourne. Searching ball, might fall for Golding. He's brought to ground, and in fact, a penalty has been awarded, or might it be on the edge of the area? It looks to be right on the edge of the area. Tom Golding brought to ground. Who will stand over this one? Might be Golding. Looks like Theodore Akopoulos is standing over this one as well.
Like, you'd be happy with it, but it's still got a long way to go.
Golding or Theodore Akopoulos? What will the option be? This spur on a comeback. It's Theodore Akopoulos right into the wall. The calls for a handball are answered, and Manningham will go to the spot. Plenty of conjecture, of course. We'll have to look at the replay and see if they are specifically complaining about, but if that is the call, then I think the assistant might be brought into action here as well. There might be some more conjecture here as to what might happen specifically. Noah Langerak is very unkind words, you might think, to Danny Kim and Jack Webster. And we will now see Ben Everson from the spot this time around. It's a crucial phase in the game. Can he deliver? Looks to be a very clear handball upon introspection on the replay. Hall against Everson. Could we be on course for a thrilling final 15 minutes of regulation time? Ben Everson from the spot. As cool as you like. Very good finish into the bottom right corner, and there is a big scuffle here. It looks like someone was hooked down. John Hall, they're all just charging around in that penalty area, in fact, right in the goal. So, still going on. Shirts being pulled. And this is not good viewing whatsoever. Looks like someone's going to have to be pulled back. I think it was Reece Dufton who's having to be held back, the youngster. But Ben Everson, that marks his 5th goal this season. And what a time to do it. Looking around the grounds as well, we've had a couple more goals. Morgenstein now 2-2 with the Altona Magic. Unable to really get a clean breakaway on the season. Looks like Noah Langrak is going to take his time to make decisions in relation to yellow cards and red cards, if need be, of course, with his assistant on that far side, who had a pretty good view of the action. Might more drama be enforced? In fact, his 2 assistants have come down to convene and make some decisions. John Hall has been summoned. Yellow card for him. The question's why?
Is that the only card they give you?
I think that might be it. Or maybe not. Noah Langrak has got a yellow card in his hand, looking to Reece Dufton. And he's awarded him a yellow card as well. Well, he had to be held back. He obviously had a fire in his belly. It appeared like. So 2 yellow cards. John Hall. Doesn't look like John Hall is going to be summoned here. Maybe the net has been broken? Yeah, it looks like there's been a break in the net, so they're going to have to fix this as well. And someone, it looks like, from Manningham has been brought over. John Hall is going to fix the net. If you do remember a few seasons ago in the A-League, Costa Barbarouses had to fix the upright of a net. John Hall has the height. He'll be able to fix it in a more easy fashion. And how many men does it take to fix a goal net? That is a real question. Looks like we have 3 at the moment. And, yep. Quick fixes are what Dandenong City do. And so Manningham United, and they've certainly done that this afternoon. Gives a bit of time for players to rest. Back underway. Certainly going to make for a very intriguing final 10 minutes or so. Lambertaridis, Amakiotis, driving middle. Makiotis. Dufton, won back by Giannakopoulos. It's Kim, Webster, and looks like Danny Kim was brought down. Very well travelled player, Danny Kim, as well. 8 caps for the Joeys. Spent time at the AIS Academy. Spent some time at the Brisbane Roar, also with Geylang International in Asia. Was a fixture of Nick Telios' Bentley Greens before making moves to South Melbourne and Green Gully last campaign. Martinovic looking to break the space. Still driving forward is Martinovic. And Makiotis on his left foot. It's all too easy for Samaranis. Tunsis. Castillo looking to drive. Foul against Jackson Lino. We'll see if he can get another change or two for Dandenong City. And those changes might be actualised. Maybe not just in this play specifically, but you'd anticipate the next one as John Hall clears. Backwards header from Tavella. Sesnick, Kim. Neat pass towards Sesnick. Drive on that left-hand side. Hamakiotis asking for it at the back post. He will receive at the back post. It's Hamakiotis. Golding brought to ground. The two number 20s going at it, and Martinovic imposing himself strongly. Looks like we'll have those changes confirmed. Makiotis and Iconis are going to make their way off the park. Incoming will be Kyan Bryant. Timothy Atharinos. Corner for Manningham now. Towards the back post it goes, and there's a foul. Off the ball. See now a free kick taken. Certainly time for either side to get themselves another goal or two, but the more pressing matter is for Manningham United, who you would expect to have a few chances left within them to get themselves back and firmly into this tie. calls for a push. Waved away. Lambatarides. Excellent touch. Now to Bryant. Muscled off the ball by Reece Dufton. Golding. Firmly inside of his half. Have to play it upfield, and they do. They break space. Turgut. Tutsis. To the near post it goes. It hits the side netting. And that bowls. It looked like it resulted in a potential equaliser. We'll see Turgut make his way off the park. And oncoming, Robert Harding, the former Altona man. Manningham. Their eyes directed towards goal. This is what they need at this point in time to earn themselves a point or perhaps more. Dandenong City just have to hold on. They'll look to take as much time off the clock as they possibly can, and as we approach the last 5 minutes of regulation. Lambatarides now switching to this left flank. Atharinos back to goal. Lambatarides. This left edge of the penalty area. Still going. Giannakopoulos. Incisive ball. It's Jackson Lino across the face. It's Sesnick. That shot blocked as well. Atharinos goes down in the penalty area. Martinovic still keeps it. It's Martinovic! That shot was zipping with intensity. And another cruel giveaway for the Dandenong side that have come all the way here to earn 3 points, and they are on the precipice of doing so. Leno brought to ground once more by Robert Harding. One ball to that right flank, and Reece Dufton can only keep it in for a short amount of time. We'll be out for a corner. Ali Sesnick to deliver. Back stick it goes. Put back in. It's with Webster. And the foul has been called. As we enter the final few minutes of this contest. Cutter. Searching ball over the top. Harding is there. Calls for a handball. Waved away by Noah Langerak. And this is a bit of a teaser to what we might see in these final few minutes. Castillejo. Dufton. Now Tavella. Misdirected ball, but it will bounce very kindly for Webster to get it upfield. And Reece Dufton just has an attempt at it, but it's out of play. Lambatarides, sumptuous ball to Bryant. Now Martinovic, very big first touch. Golding, breaking space. Tutsis. Giannakopoulos, holding a man down, and an excellent switch to find Owen Dufton. Now Harding on that right touchline. Overlapping is Dufton. Atharinos will get it out of play. Only a minute and a half left of regulation time. Now it's with Cutter. Castillo. Dandenong City look like they're going to bring on 2 players now. It looks like Kokuaku is one of them. Martinovic. Lambertarides with the flick on. And Reece Dufton will stride forward, the former Melbourne City man. Theodorakopoulos. Castillo. Harding. Deep into midfield now. Oh, and bodies go flying. It was like a domino effect. As into the book goes Matthew Hennessy. And this change will be confirmed now. Kokuaku, one of those players in question. Harley Sesnick and Danny Kim doing part. Taking as much time as they possibly need, to be honest. So oncoming for Dandenong City, and double change. Theodorakopoulos into the area it goes. Oh, the shifted ball away. It was very nearly for them. And yes, Brady Quinn, the other player in question, aside from Kokuaku. Around the grounds, Dandenong Thunder have scored 90th minute goal to settle their nerves, perhaps, with a 3-0 victory at home. And Total Magic have made it 3-2 against Moreland City. Quinn, space to work with. Left touchline is Lambertarides. Out for a throw in. Dufton under pressure. It's forced out of play, and Dandenong City will just soak up this time. Really soak up pressure. Athorinos is going to drive strongly. Tabella. Kawaku. It's with Carter who wins out. Attempts to shift it to that right-hand side for Tunsis, but he'll be with Jackson Lino. Soaking up as much time as he possibly can for his side. Back with Carter. Turning away. Another throw in now. Dufton once more. Desperately need a goal now. Everson, ball over the top. Ball is coming out of his box. Will win it out, and in fact send it upfield. Good first touch from Tavella. Now Kuaku. Neat little back heel. Kuaku now racing forward into the area. He goes across the face of goal at a rise, and Dufton has in fact nearly sent it over. Oh, it's kept in play. Martinovic. Towards the back, Lambertarides was there. Now Quinn isolating himself with Dufton onto his left foot. Get a shape shot on goal. Lambertarides trying his luck from range. Everson, fantastic flick. Theodorakopoulos. The space to drive. Hennessy has sent that right into the crowd, in fact. And a free kick goes against Manningham United. on Theodorakopoulos, who receives a yellow card, of course, has been sent off once already this season.
I would, but you get yellow for it.
Not sure if that exactly warranted a yellow card, but no, Langerak staunch in his assessment of this at the moment.
Full of snakes, just jogging across.
And Dandenong City will use this time to soak up pressure. Lambadaridis towards Quinn. Enters the area. Turning left, turning right, Brady Quinn. It's still alive though for Dandenong City. Now it's with Lambadaridis. And Quinn making a strong drive towards the byline. And they'll bring it to the corner flag. Thereabouts. Just going to hold possession as much as they possibly can. Picked off now, but Kuaku will win it back. Free kick to Manningham United. Samaranis. The outside of the foot pass is straight into the Dandenong City defence. Reece Dufton. Langerak has put himself to his whistle as of yet. He'll clear out of play once more. Everson now switching to that right-hand side. Misplaced pass to Kuaku. Lambadaridis. Through ball over the top for Atharinos. It's Kuaku. Attempted back heel once more. That's right into the arms of George Samaranis. And it's going to be a goal kick. Langerak looks to his watch. This is surely the last chance for the home side. Giannakopoulos, strong header. Dufton. Theodorakopoulos. He spots space on that right-hand side. And there is Everson. Tunsis. Driving forwards. No foul awarded. Tunsis there again. Sort of brought down by 4 Dandenong City defenders. Kyan Bryant now. He's been directed to go to the corner flag. He's brought to ground by Reece Dufton. He's running on a yellow card, of course.
Slow down, boys. Nicky, get off it. Get off it. Nicky, get off it.
They look to the corner. It's Kyan Bryant. Bodied by Tom Golding. It'll be a throw in for Manningham. Atharinos, misdirected header. Back with Dufton. Samaranis. Tunsis was brought to ground. And he's awarded a free kick. Quinn's just taking the ball away. Taking matters into his own hands. He's awarded a yellow card. And his Dandenong City teammates find that quite amusing on this near side. Samaranis is coming all the way to the halfway line. Samaranis. It's kick to kick towards John Hall, who claims it with one hand. Misplaced. And that will be it. Full time here at Petty's Reserve. Dandenong City with a much needed win to energise their campaign. As for Manningham, their winless streak continues in the top flight. Goals from George Lambadaridis, 2 of them in fact, and 1 from Jack Webster, has secured Dandenong City needed a win away from home. That's for Manningham. Ben Everson and Reece Dufton got on the score sheet. I've been your commentator for this afternoon. Neil Simon's been a pleasure to have your company. Have a great evening and good night.
Thank you, mate. Much appreciated.